project was the result of play and experiment. We have a network of change leaders from around the world, which meets twice a year in Oxford and Paris, and since the pandemic, virtual. And I believe our first virtual conference about 2 years ago, the theme was activating social change through art. And the kernel for the idea animating the project came from an image that just popped into my head during the conference. 1,000 people standing in a long line on a beach and participating in a ritual that had to do with water. It was very cinematic. So we designed a very simple choreography which showed a passing of water in vessels from one person to the next down the line and then all the way back. The movement itself harks back to the trope of the ancient water baron as a giver of life. A mammoth issue, as you can well imagine, like climate change, can only be addressed if there are no spectators. We call it popular performance art more than conceptual art. And so in 2021, we conducted various pilots of this human wave around the world, from Italy to Pakistan. The idea is that if we can't have a human wave of 1,000 people, given the logistics, then we'll have 1,000 waves of small groups of people. We'll video them and populate a website with a mosaic of waves. The micro movements by the sea, as it were, create a social macro movement. And basically, that's the origin story for the project.
I don't think that the Life is H2O wave activity is so much a form of social activism, although it is a social activity. It's more about social and collaborative reflection about water, and therefore, because it's something that brings people together in a playful way and a positive way, it's got very little of some of the negative aspects that people feel about some kinds of social activism. The examples that we've got are all really positive. People enjoy doing it. It does make them think, does change their behaviour, and therefore it's achieved a goal straight away. If they then feel moved to go on and do more and spread the activity and spread the reflection, I guess that's the kind of reflective social activism. And it's culturally appropriate everywhere and enables people to bring energy to the question of water in their own way.
Well, I don't know what regular people are, but I'm thinking that the human wave is a way to, it symbolizes the need for change. And I think people in our difficult times need symbols and well, behaviors and events that can maybe make statements, because we cannot go out immediately and solve all of the problems we have in the world, including climate change and the lack of water and water supplies, etc. So I think having a group of people meeting, perhaps trying it out a couple of times before they do it, and actually also doing it together is a really, really good way of demonstrating in a fun way, because it's a fun act and so on, is quite important. And I like that it's really simple. There's not a lot of thinking. It's a silent thing also, which I think actually stresses the seriousness also in a way. So if there could be a speaker saying blah, 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 a lot of words and a lot of important statements and facts and so on. But I don't think we need that. I think we need the silence of the people doing this together. So I think it's a pretty strong statement. And why shouldn't all of us that care about our globe, that care about our lives, that care about climate, the environment, why shouldn't we engage? I think it's a beautiful thing to do together.
What we're trying to accomplish with the project is actually a couple of things. One thing is that if people are doing a wave, that's the movement in the project, that will encourage them to start thinking about how they treat water, how they deal with water, and doing that while having fun. The other thing that we want to achieve is that there will be videos that will inspire people to also do such a wave themselves, which will get them to think about, how do I deal with water? Do I take care of water? Don't I spill too much water? So that's the other part. So we want to create a wave, have people think, and then have that ripple effect of having multiple waves to make people think about water and the importance of water to them.
For me, the most memorable is the first one we have done in Ticino, Switzerland. It was with people I knew from the ULAB, which is linked with the Presencing Institute, and it's about the journey one has to go through to allow realization, to allow development. And these participants had joined with, it's all about water, and we are interested in water, etc. But after the ritual, you take up the water, you hold it in front of you, and then you give back the water you took. They realized that doing this performance, doing the movement, they also went through you. But at the same time, they didn't just do it by themselves in their room, in their bathroom. They did it as a group. So they were connected in the group in the moment of doing the ritual. And it was so amazing because in the beginning they were so tense and where to stand and what to do. And it is self-organizing. We just say, stand with a distance of 2 meters, that's the movement, the rest is up to you. And they organized themselves. And it really was a teamwork where the individual in the group had an experience. But the most amazing output was that we had Swiss people, we had German Swiss people, we had an Italian, we had kids, we had mix of gender, mix of age. And the main message after the pilot was, oh my God, it's such a serious issue. Am I allowed to say it was real fun?